Yeah, but today's gonna be a video of a story time what happened to me when I was 5 years old. My sister. I don't know how old I was, you guys, but it was when I was young in elementary.
You was 6.
That's crazy, cause that's
You had to be like.
I was 6 or 5. I was 6 or 5, whatever the case might have been. But there was a school incident that happened. What was that school called? Tomahawk.
It was Tomahawk.
They don't have that no more.
No, they shut that whole school down.
It's a district now. Well, anyways, y'all, back to what I was saying was there's a school that I went to called Tomahawk, and me and my sister went to the school. It was on believe Wednesday, whatever the case might have been. Um, it goes deep. So if y'all watching me, hear me out, bro. I swear to God, this story is wild. So back to what I was saying was, me and my sister went to the school called Tomahawk. For those who know it, don't know it, it's a school somewhere in my state. But I think it was like, I don't know the exact day, but I know we are getting out early, and I happened to tell my sister I wanted to leave. We ended up trying to leave. By the time we leave, I asked my teacher if I can go to the restroom real quick, and he said yes. By the time I go to the restroom, cause I had anxiety. I didn't really like being around a lot of people. I was snot and rocket, whatever the case might have been. So I ended up going to the restroom. By the time I use the restroom, all I hear is on the fucking PA, a fucking announcement thing is, school is on lockdown. We don't know why. I'm like, oh snap! I'm in a bathroom. This is the worst time I could have fucking went to do this. So me not knowing, they closed everything. They was like telling the teachers to lock the door. So they end up locking the door. By the time I ran out the restroom, I didn't even get to wash my hands. I went to the class, knock on the door, bro. I could not get in the class. I couldn't get to the class, so I'm in the bathroom, just in the stall, just sitting on the stall, just stalling in a way. You get it? I was on the stall, so I'm stalling. Makes sense. But then me not knowing, I'm young, so I end up going out the restroom and walking around the whole fucking school. I literally started walking around the school. So then, dude, it was a big lockdown. Like, it was at least for an hour. But yeah, I was just walking around the school, right? And we're on lockdown. I'm just like, bro, me not knowing, I'm still young. I don't really know what's going on, so I'm just like, fuck it. Like, I'm not even thinking too much of it. So I'm seeing, dude, by the time I even try to, let's just say this, by the time I even try to go to my classroom, the teacher literally locked the door. As soon as I opened the door, as soon as I tried to pull the handle, it was, that's all you heard. And I ran right back to the restroom. So long story short, it's getting deep. I'm walking, and it was like, they were still on announcement. They were like, if any kids are out, go to y'all classroom. So when I heard that, I tried to go back to the classroom, and it was locked. So then I tried to find other doors to try to get in. They're all locked. They're literally locked, and I'm banging on the door, and they're not even answering. I'm like, get me. This is the student. Da da da. They not listening. So then I was crying too. I was crying in tears. Finally, they got everything situated. There was a chopper, like at least 20 cop cars at the school. Just a whole bunch of I'm not exaggerating, guys. This is like literally, I try to look this up on the news to try to find it. It's so bad to the point where they don't even have it on the internet no more. When I used to look it up, it was on the internet, but now they don't have it no more. So then, okay, so they finally got everything together. So, whatever the case might have been, like they got everything like situated in a way. So then people started leaving. Like we literally was, I don't know if it was early release or it was a regular day, but after that incident, literally everyone went home. Like there was no people staying after school. It was none of that because they smelled like this weird smell in the cafeteria, and they wanted to know what it was. So that's why everybody left. So we're on the news. Apparently, we're on the news. I was young. I know I sound like I'm bored with the story, but I'm trying to get a comprehend of remembering the thoughts in my head because this is wild. Like this is when I was like 6, 5 years old, and to me to go to experience like this is crazy. Like it triggered me. That's probably why I got PTSD now, due to the fact that and then whatever the case. But yeah, we due to the fact that that incident happened. Long story short, y'all, I was so terrified. I was so just, I was couldn't believe it. I was still in shock. So the next day, I think we had school the next day. We did. As soon as we start walking to schools, I missed that school. Not gonna lie, I missed it. I just miss how that, like the outlet of like, just how the school was set up in a way. It looked like a high school in a way because the school was so big. So the next day when I went to school, I did not want to go to school. I literally told the lady I was living with, one of my family members that used to take care of us. I ended up telling her, I was like, I don't want to go to school, and she made me and my sister go to school. And I don't know, remember what I told my sister, but I was like, I'm gonna end up leaving or ditching, like basically jaywalling. So she basically said, wait for me, basically wait for me. So then by the time there was like it was breakfast time, school was still starting. We went in the cafeteria. That's where the incident happened. We smelled nothing but a death smell odor. A death smell odor. So they told all the students to go out and go eat in your class. So everybody brought in breakfast to the class and we ate in class. So we didn't even go to the cafeteria. No one had lunch. We all ate in class or we ate outside. But even then, they still was trying to still get in information about what happened and shit. Excuse me for our language. What was happening and stuff. So then we found out like after school we went home. It happened to be one of my family members. I know it sounds crazy. One of our family members broke into the school. I believe he was homeless and he was trying to get food from the cafeteria. And sadly, that's why he never break in schools because you're gonna deal with the consequence. Sadly, he got on top of the building, went in some type of vent, and it happened to be a vent that was freezing. He happened to end up going in there to try to like break in to get whatever he was trying to get out of it. He ended up getting frozen. The vent like froze his whole body to the point where he literally like deed, like literally. So it was crazy. I didn't even want to go in the cafeteria because I thought the dude was still in there. Like it was to the point like I didn't even want to go eat in the cafeteria because I thought the guy was still in there and they couldn't find him. And they couldn't even find him for a minute, so they literally had to close that school down. Dude, I wish I could show y'all because I tried to look it up when I was like few years back to just see what happened and I couldn't find it. So it happened to be our family member. He went in an event and got cut up, got frozen, and he died. Sadly, I was terrified. I did not want to go to that school ever again due to that situation. It was crazy. Um, that was a story time when I was 5 or 6 years old when I went to elementary and it was a huge lockdown. I'm talking about lockdown to the point where like the news, the choppers, you name it. We was on YouTube. We was everywhere. We was streaming everywhere. We was global, if that makes sense. And it was just like crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. I think they they did, bro. I remember they actually introduced me in the news. Like I was talking, but I had snotty nose. I didn't even know what I was talking about. All I remember was crying. I was crying. I was asking for my sister. Um, so then they closed that school down, and we never went to that school. And unfortunately, due to the people I was living with, I didn't go to school. So that story in that situation that happened when I was young at 5 or 6 years old, it still terrifies me. It still gives me anxiety. That's why you do not break into people's stuff. That makes sense. Or you just gonna have to deal with the consequences. It doesn't matter even if the consequences doesn't happen right away. you're gonna still get a consequence. Cause why wouldn't you get a consequence for doing dirt? Um, but anyways, yeah, that literally triggered me and gave me PTSD as a young kid. And not only that, I have more stories to tell, so y'all just stay tuned for more story time. But yeah, that was one of the. If I had to say, besides the other story, this is probably one of the worst story times that I had to deal with. I feel like that should never had happened. And the only reason why we knew it was our family member, because I think someone in our family after school we got dropped off at our cousin's house and they ended up talking about it, and it was like your uncle or cousin just went to the school. I don't know what happened. I don't know whether the case might have been. I don't know the story, but they wasn't trying to give him food, so he was trying to find food. Um, so he ended up having to break into our school, and end up dying that same day. So, yeah. And the only reason why we knew someone died because they had the ambulance, they had the stretcher. They literally put his bag in a body bag. Like, literally, it stinks so. Remember it. I couldn't really see, but I remember them bringing a stretcher and had like a bag. So I knew someone died. I just didn't know who or how did it happen. But yeah, that's probably one of my story times when I was a youngin', and it terrified me the most. And still to this day, I'm kind of still terrified. But that's all I wanted to say. Hope you guys get the story. If y'all don't get it, I could do a part two and talk about it because I'm still trying to get memories. You got to think about it. I was young. I still don't remember. I'm just only remembering gifs and gifs and gifs and part of it. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope sure you guys give this video a like. If you didn't like it, still give it a like. I don't see why y'all wouldn't like it. I'm telling y'all information that happened, and y'all should just be aware and watch out. You feel me? So that's why I wanted y'all to like it. You feel me? Comment what videos you guys want to see next. And don't forget to stay blessed.